Hey, what's up, everybody? It's time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all, and I'm coming at you guys live here at 2:50 in the morning on Saturday night. I can't sleep, and I figured it was past time for me to record another haul video, so I figured I would just go ahead and do it. If this is your first time watching my channel, I do a lot of comic haul videos, talk about some of the stuff that I've picked up, whether it's new this week books or back issue finds. I'm real big into like bargain box hunting. I love doing bargain box books. So I show off a lot of that stuff here on this channel. And if you guys like what you see, and if you want to see more, please do me a favor. And I know it sounds so cliche to say these words. I can't believe I'm saying them as well. But please hit the like and subscribe button if you would, because I could always use a few extra subscribers. And hopefully one of these days I'll get this up to the coveted 1,000 subscriber spot, and keep doing more of these live streams and haul videos. So, yeah. Also, I want to apologize in advance. I've been recording these haul videos on my bed. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm in the process of moving, which I'm still working on. It's taking forever for me to move. I have so much stuff. It's not even funny. So I'm actually having to sit on the bed. So if you see a little rocking on the computer and whatnot, it's because the computer is sitting on top of a box on my bed. It's the only way that I can show off these books and have enough room to kind of spread them out and whatnot. So I apologize in advance if that is something that is annoying. Anyway, hopefully not. All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off with new books that I picked up this week. You guys will probably see a lot of stuff that you picked up as well. Maybe you'll see a few that you missed. And then I'm going to go into some back issue finds that I found at local comic shops. And then I'm going to go into what is going to be part one of my free comic book day quarter comic finds. Now, the reason that this is part one is because I actually hit two different stores on free comic book day, and I picked up a lot of quarter comics. So I'm going to show off quarter comic finds from one of the shops in this video, and then I will make a separate video that's probably going to be all of the rest of the quarter comic pickups. It's a lot of stuff. In fact, what I'm going to show you here, I don't think it's even all of what I picked up from this first shop. It's basically what I pulled aside to just kind of show off. So anyway, I've been talking for 3 minutes. Let's show some books. What do you say? Okay, so new this week books. New from Antarctic Press. This is Jungle Comics #1. Features artwork by Kelsey Shannon, written by Chuck Dixon. This is a reboot of the classic Golden Age Jungle Comics. Kelsey Shannon did a really good job on the artwork in this book. And I've known Kelsey for a long time. I'm always happy to support his art. I think he's terrific. So I'm excited. I haven't had a chance to read that yet, but I did look through it, and the artwork looks great. I believe this is the final issue of Spider-Man Deadpool #50, covered by Dave Johnson. Just a fun-looking little book there. I've still got a couple issues of, or a couple copies of Spider-Man Deadpool #1, the first printing. I think that book was like 6th or 7th printings. It's gone into like so many printings. This is Detective Comics #1003. This is a Mark Brooks cover, which I believe is one half of another connecting cover that goes on the other side of this. Is that showing up okay without glare? I hope so. This is Red Sonja and Vampirella meet Betty and Veronica. I picked this up because it features a cover by Kat Staggs. Kat's a good friend of mine. I've known her for a long time, and I just love her work. So happy to support anything she does. A very interesting crossover. Never would have expected to see those characters crossing over with one another. I'm sure a lot of you picked this up. This is Catwoman #11, the Art Germ cover B. Just a cool Art Germ cover. Catwoman looking fierce there on the cover. This, and I'm also sure a lot of you picked this up as well, or at least you've probably heard about it. I know a lot of people have featured it in their haul videos. This is War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas #1. This is the first appearance of Wave, and I believe the first appearance of a couple other characters that are new to the Marvel Universe. So a lot of people are specking on this book, thinking it's going to be something hot. Maybe it is. I picked up a couple copies just in case. Batman and the Outsiders #1. This is cover B, which I believe is by, oh gosh, I can't remember. I want to say Alex Garner, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, great cover B. My shop sold out of these, and the second shop I went to a couple days later sold out of them, and I'm hearing that it's selling out in a lot of different places. So if you haven't picked that up, you might want to. It's probably going to go into a second printing, I would imagine. Wonder Woman #70. This is the Jenny Frison cover. Again, I'm sure a lot of you guys are picking up these same books. I'm probably not showing you anything radically new, but these are the new this week books I picked up. So we're just going to start off with that. Another one of these damn Marvel facsimile editions. This is Defenders #1. Or I'm sorry, Marvel Feature presents the Defenders. And the reason I say one of these damn Marvel facsimile editions, I'm glad they're doing these. It just bothers me that, you know, you can pick up something like True Believers, Invaders, same quality, like paper stock and everything, only this is $1 and this is $5. And it's a reprint. It's just a reprint of what we've already seen out there. So I don't know, just kind of, I wish they would just do them like this. If they would do these facsimile editions, like these reprint editions, hell, even just charge $2. You know, if you got to charge a little bit extra or whatever, but there's no sense in charging $5 for what is essentially a color copy of a book that already exists. Especially when they're already putting out these really nice True Believers reprints, which I'm more than happy to plunk down $1 to buy these. There's another one, Iron Fist, First Calling Wing, I think. And I pick up these True Believers reprints. I pick up every single one that comes out. I'm more than happy to do so. But, that's kind of frustrating. I wish they wouldn't do that. A couple of back issue. Oh, one more new this week book. Very happy to get this, especially since I got his variant for the first issue. Symbiote Spider-Man #2. This is the Alex Saviuk variant, and I believe this is 1 in 25. I think the first issue variant he did was 1 in 50. I think this is 1 in 25. It might be 1 in 50, but either way, I got issue 1 and issue 2. I got his variant on both those. I'm a real big Alex Saviuk fan. When I was growing up, I was already kind of in high school at the time, but I was reading Web of Spider-Man when Alex Saviuk was doing it, so I really have a soft spot for Alex Saviuk Spider-Man. And he's been a guest at Dallas Comic Show a couple times, and he will be again. So I'm always happy to support his work. And then a couple of back issue finds. These were from Zeus Comics. This is Action Comics #1002. I know some people have been showing this off because they're saying it's the first Naomi on a cover. Is it? Is it? I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Is that debatable? Anyway. Picked it up anyway because I didn't have it. And Captain Marvel #8. Now there's some discrepancy on this because some people are saying that this is the first appearance of the Flurkin, which is what Chewie, her cat, is in the book, also featured in the movie. And when I read this issue, it did appear to be the first time she encountered the Flurkin, which is the race of these cat-like aliens that, have all these tentacles and things that come out of their mouth. It appears when you read this issue, it's the first time she encounters them. However, the reason I say there's a discrepancy is because I also have Giant Size Ms. Marvel #1, which is also credited as the first appearance of Chewie, the Flurkin cat. So which is it? Is this the first appearance, or is Giant Size Ms. Marvel #1 the first appearance? Because I don't know the answer. I guess I'm going to have to go back and read Giant Size Ms. Marvel #1. Now, I will say this. I don't think she calls the cat that she has at the end of this issue Chewy. I don't think she calls it that. I think she just rescues one or saves one. So I would love a definitive answer on that if anybody has one. Okay, so then I went over to Awesome Comics, another cool shop that's been in Dallas for a really, really long time, owned by a guy named Jake Ewing. I love Jake. He's a great guy. Picked up a few books there. Picked up another copy of Batman and the Outsiders #1, just so I'd have 2 copies. He had this in his back issues for a very reasonable price. It's not in perfect shape, but it's pretty good. I would say it's probably VF near mint, maybe VF plus. But this is Shadow Man #13, first appearance of Punk Mambo. A lot of people are looking for this book right now. There are 3 different covers, I believe. At least 2 different covers, maybe 3. This is one of them. The other one, I believe, is I think there's a Ben Templesmith, and then there's a who did the third one? I can't remember. Anyway, if you guys don't know about this, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, this is a book you should be looking for. Shadow Man #13. And she does appear in that book. So pick that up. Excuse me. Okay. Another back issue book I picked up from Jake. This is A-Force #1. This is from the 2016 series. I believe this is the second A-Force series that they put out. I just didn't have it. So, and with the with what's going on in Endgame, and now everybody thinking that they're going to make an A-Force movie, I figured this is probably a good one to have. Jorge Molina cover. It's a nice cover. And yeah, I didn't have it. So, and then Jake has multiple back issue boxes where he sells like bargain books and stuff like that. He has dollar boxes, 50-cent boxes, and then he has $2 boxes where you can get books that are, you know, sometimes key issues for like $2, and they're almost always in really good shape. So being a huge Superman nut, I'm always looking for any kind of Superman, especially landmark issues. This is the New Adventures of Superboy #50. It's got a gold ink on the cover there. Just an anniversary issue, and not a high print run on these. So not always easy to find in good shape. I need to rebag this, but I didn't have that one. So I was happy to get that for $2. This is Batman Annual 10 featuring Hugo Strange. Just a really cool Batman annual that I did not have, surprisingly. Probably needs to be pressed. It's got a little bit of a, what do you call that? Not a spine roll, but where you put, where like they sit a book on top of a book and it causes it to kind of crease in like that. But that's something that would come out with pressing. So, but yeah, that's a cool, really cool Batman cover. Very happy with that. And then this has always been one of my favorite covers, just an homage to Avengers #4 by Mike Zeck. And who inked this? BM. BM. Who is BM? I don't know. Mike Zeck inked by BM. Oh well. Captain America 337. This is Captain America in the Captain uniform, and you've also got Falcon, Nomad, and D-Man. But it's just a really cool cover, throwback to Avengers #4. And that was $2. So happy about that. Okay, so let's see. We got new this week books. We got some back issue finds. And now I've got some quarter comics. Now, these come from Red Pegasus Comics. You guys have heard me talk about Red Pegasus on here before. Red Pegasus, for Free Comic Book Day, they did a quarter comic sale. They had a bunch of boxes of comics that were $1 a piece, but on Free Comic Book Day, they were $0.25 a piece. And a lot of this stuff was relatively recent. So If you were looking to fill in some books from recent runs, you could get some really good deals through these quarter comic boxes. So none of these are bagged and boarded. I haven't had time to yet, but I'm just going to show you what I picked up. Now, these, keep in mind, these were all a quarter a piece from Red Pegasus. Amazing deals. Really, really good deals here. So as Guardians of the Galaxy, I've been telling you guys to pick these up. I started telling everybody before Endgame came out. Hopefully now you realize why. This is As Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. War of the Realms is teased, I believe, in that. Weapon X number 25. Just a beautiful cover. Weapon X number 25. See that? Weapon X number, I should have started with this. Weapon X number 22. I believe this is the first appearance of Weapon X Force. So there you go. Which leads up to 25. The Champions number 25. I don't know if there's anything significant about that. I just didn't have it. So yeah, cool cover. And some of these I got multiples of because, you know, they were a quarter a piece. I couldn't say no. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 5, which I believe is the last issue of Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries. Little Donny Cates action. Donnie was doing a signing at the store, and I caught him as he was leaving that day. Let's see if I can get a little closer to the camera here. How you doing? Doctor Strange number 2. I just picked this up because I love the cover. So beautiful cover. Now this is one of those moments where you're like, for a quarter? Are you kidding me? This book is all kinds of hot right now. Avengers No Road Home number 6. First full appearance of Conan in the 616 universe, which is not entirely true because I believe there has been Conan has appeared, but you know, it's everybody's picking it up because that's what it is. And I didn't have a really good copy of it. That's a really nice copy. Amazing Spider-Man Date Night. I'm sorry, Amazing Spider-Man number 6. Date Nights is the title of the story. This is a first print. This book's already gone in the second print. A lot of these early Amazing Spider-Mans have gone in the second print. Age of Conan. I'm going to guess that you pronounce this Belit. Whatever. If anybody knows the correct pronunciation, you can correct me below. I've always said Bellet. Bellet number 1. Beautiful cover. Am I getting a weird glare on that? There you go. Kind of a sexy, racy cover for a Marvel book. Anyway, got a couple copies of that. I didn't have that. That's one of those books that, like, I wouldn't buy it at full price, but even though I am a Conan fan, but at 25 cents, I'm certainly not going to say no. Age of Conan Bellet number 2. Just a cool cover there. Oh, I must have got these out of order. I did get these out of order. Sorry. This is As Guardians of the Galaxy number 3. Just a really cool cover with Angela there. Or as Tony on Who's the Boss would say, Angela. This is Avengers No Road Home number 1. I actually didn't have this. I was kind of surprised I didn't have this. I think I didn't start picking these up until that Conan appearance and the cameo in number 5. So I got a couple copies of number 1 since I didn't have it. So I also figured, hey, why not pick up number 2? And number 3. And number 4. And like I said, I already had 5, and then I got that new copy of number 6. They did not have 5 in the quarter box. I guess somebody grabbed that already. As Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. This is Angela versus Hela. Cool cover. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a variant. They did these. See that down there? Asgardian. They did these Asgardian variants. So I believe this is this is a variant. Oddly enough, you probably wouldn't know it if you just saw it on the shelf. Another Amazing Spider-Man. I picked this up. This is Amazing Spider-Man 13. I picked this up mainly because it's got the Stan Lee memorial at the top. And I didn't already have it. Yeah, I definitely got these out of order. Amazing Spider-Man number 9. Just a cool Black Cat cover there. Oh, that's the second print. Yeah, all these Amazing Spider-Man issues have gone into multiple printings. Shatterstar number 1. Didn't have that. Cool cover. Thor number 4. Really like this cover. Fight of the Valkyries. Picked up a couple copies of that. This was a cool book. Alpha Flight number 62, featuring the Purple Man for all you Jessica Jones fans out there who've been watching Jessica Jones on Netflix. The Purple Man, of course, classic Marvel villain, does not get a lot of appearances, and they use the Purple Rain font for the Purple Man. I thought that was kind of funny. But the real thing that makes this cool is this is a Jim Lee artwork, early Jim Lee. And Jim Lee did a lot of issues of Alpha Flight. This is not in perfect shape, but I didn't have it, and it's a book I never see. And then I picked these up because, again, they were a quarter. I don't know what they look like because I haven't popped them open yet. But this is Sex Criminals by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. This is the Hannah Blumen Reich XXX cover. So for mature readers, duh. I pick these up whenever I see them if I can get them cheap. But a lot of them I haven't had a chance to open them. This is the Marguerite Sauvage XXX cover. Don't know what it looks like. I guess I'll have to pop those open. Probably not on a show. And then they had their trade paperbacks were, okay, let me see if I got this right, 70% off. So this is X-Men Gold, and this was a $17.99 trade paperback. So I guess that would have been, let's see, $18. Half off would be $9 off. Probably like what, $12 off. So I probably got this for like $5 or something. And I didn't have it, so that's kind of cool. And then I'm sure you guys all picked this up. I got another copy of the Year of the Villain. A lot of shops are giving those away free now. And then finally, I picked up off of their shelf Immortal Hulk. They still had a copy of number 15, and I needed an extra copy, so I picked up an extra copy. They had been holding me a copy of Major X number 2, which is now sold out everywhere. And I got an extra copy of Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5, which is first appearance of 2 different characters that the names escape me at the moment in terms of what those characters are. I think that's it. Free comic book day. So I was busy handing out free swag to all the customers. I did it at both Zeus Comics and I did it at Red Pegasus Comics. And because I was so busy giving everybody stuff for free, I didn't get a single free comic book day comic book. And I'm really kicking myself because there was a couple that I really wanted to make a point to get. And now I'm really regretting the fact that I didn't. So I'm going to make a plea out there. If anybody has extra copies, here's the ones I really want. The Carnage Marvel comic that they put out, the one that Donny Cates wrote, that was the main one I wanted to get. I was hoping to get a couple copies of that. If anybody got some extra copies of that and you're willing to part with them, maybe we can work out a trade or something. I would really appreciate it. And I'm also looking for the Marvel Avengers, the one that they did for that. I'd like to get a couple copies of that too. I usually try to pick up a couple copies of any of the Marvel and DC stuff. I know there was a DC Catwoman Free Comic Book Day thing that they did, and I'm trying to think. I pulled up a list that had all the Free Comic Book Day books, which I'm now trying. Oh, here we go. Okay, so forgive me. I'm looking at this list. I should have written this down so I'd have it handy. So, okay, so I know there was a Riverdale book. That's one I've been looking for. The Whedonverse book is one I've been looking for. I guess the Stranger Things book. I mean, I could live without that. The Under the Moon, which is the Catwoman tale, that's one I'm looking for. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one I'm looking for. Deadly Class, I guess. And then the Avengers. Forgive me. Oh, Bloodshot. There's a Bloodshot Free Comic Book Day version that has a Dan Brereton cover. I'm looking for a couple copies of that. Interceptor, which is a reprint. Vault Comics. It's a reprint of the Donny Cates. I think they already put that out as a Free Comic Book Day book, right? Anyway, that's what I'm looking for. And is that it? Oh, Grumble versus the Goon by Eric Powell. I wouldn't mind getting a couple copies of that if anybody has a couple copies of that. Punchline, #1, Free Comic Book Day edition. I was hoping to get a couple copies of that. And then I guess that's it, other than the Carnage one, which is called Dear Justice League. I guess I wouldn't mind having a copy of that. I do collect Marvel and DC, so if anybody has that one. Oh, okay. So see, I'm realizing now all the ones that I missed. Vampirella. There was a Vampirella Free Comic Book Day version that came out. I don't know what Zagor the Alien Saga is, but it looks interesting. If anybody got any of those. And is that it? Good God, there's a lot of free comic books. Oh, okay. Here's another one I was looking for. Humanoids, the H1 Ignition. This is Humanoids H1 Universe. I guess it's just called Ignition is the name of the book. That's one I'm looking for a couple copies of. Spawn, the reprint of Spawn #1. Looking for a couple copies of that. Man, I missed so much. Oh my God. And then, yeah, the Spider-Man Carnage. That's one of the main ones that I'm looking for a couple copies of. The Tick, I wouldn't mind having a copy or two of that. So yeah, if anybody out there has extras of these and is willing to spare them, I'll trade you some really nice stuff. I'll put together a really nice package of stuff for you. Just let me know the kind of books you like, and I'll find some stuff and put together a package, and we could do a trade. Starburns Presents. That's another one I was looking for. I think that's it. God, there's like 50-something comic books that came out on Free Comic Book Day, and I missed all of them. I'm so pathetic. Oh, there is one last one. The Overstreet Guide to Collecting. You guys see that? Does anybody make that out? Can you make that out? Wow, what is going on here? It's got a Billy Tucci She cover. There we go. Yeah. So if anybody has those and is willing to part with them, I would certainly consider doing a nice trade and getting you guys some stuff that will make it worth your while. So that's all I got. That's it for Mark's Comic Call, y'all. But like I said, there is going to be a part 2 of sorts for Free Comic Book Day Quarter Comics, and that's going to show off If you thought the stuff that I showed in this one for quarter comic pickups was good, wait till you see that one, because that one is a lot. It's a lot of stuff, and there's some stuff in there that I'm still blown away that I was able to get for a quarter a piece. So stay tuned for that. That's coming soon. And with that, it is now 3:20 in the morning. I'm going to try to start going to bed if I can figure out a way to make myself do that. I'm a bit of an insomniac, so for me, this time of night is usually the best time for me to record these videos. But again, if you guys have the ability to do so, in terms of like books that I would recommend, I would certainly recommend searching out these and the first X-Force book or A-Force book that they came out with. This Shadow Man number 13 is definitely a good book to be looking for. Like I said, my shops have all been selling out of Batman and the Outsiders number 1. Something to think about. And then I would love if somebody could figure out a definitive answer on this. If anybody knows, is this considered the first Flurkin, or is Giant Size Ms. Marvel considered the first Flurkin? I'm going to do my own research, so I'll have an answer on the next Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. But if you guys know, let me know. And either way, this is probably a good book. This is Captain Marvel number 8. This is probably a good book to pick up. So there you go. And then also, if anybody knows this, like, is this first Naomi on a cover? Anybody know? Maybe. All right, that's all I got. Hope everybody has been picking up some fun stuff and getting some good books. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We could certainly use a few extra subscribers. You can find out more about me at bigfanboy.com or DallasComicShow.com. The next Dallas Comic Show is August 10th and 11th. We will be announcing some guests very soon for that, and we'll be announcing even more and more and more as it gets closer to the show. Got some fun stuff in the works for that, so stay tuned. But hey, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next episode of Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. I should go to bed. Good night, everybody. Good morning.